Okay. Good morning, good afternoon. Today is our lecture number 7. We are going to start the material master. Yesterday, we did a short class on data types and stock types. We'll cover the remaining discussion of the stock types where we left yesterday, and then we will jump into the material master data. Let me share my screen. Okay, everybody can see my screen now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. And okay, perfect. So we have I think the agenda was somewhere here. Yeah. So this is the agenda we are following from yesterday. We finished the data types yesterday, presented by Michelle, Nabiha, Afifa. Stock types we started discussing yesterday. We're going to complete that. We need to understand the stock types in business and in S4 HANA. So we started the discussion yesterday, first in business, then we will go and understand that in S4 HANA. Then we will start today the material master data. Okay. And sometime this week, I will have an extra class to catch up on the business partner vendor master data. Uh, so we were discussing about the business side of the this one. There is 15 types of inventory and stock. The word is interchangeably used, so don't worry about that. For example, logistics and transportation, there are many words in supply chain which are interchangeably used, so don't get confused with that. So we did discuss, if you watched yesterday's recording, I have uploaded in YouTube. You can go and watch that. We discussed about raw material, components, work in progress, finished goods, MRO, maintenance, repair and operations, packaging material. We discussed safety stock and cycle stock. That's where we are discussing, and then we will cover the remaining here, and then we go into the SAP side of it. Okay, so the safety stock and the cycle stock, we were discussing about is so definitely we discussed here that yes, demand is of two types, expected and unexpected. To fulfill the expected demand, we need cycle stock or cycle inventory, or to fulfill the unexpected demand, we need safety stock. So we know that these are the two types of demand, and we have inventory to support that. Okay, cycle stock and safety stock. Then if you see the sawtooth cycle diagram I was making yesterday, let me complete that. So ideally, what happens in the ideal world, we carry the cycle stock, you know so in the ideal world, you will say there is um, uh, you know no need for the safety stock, because my forecast accuracy is 100%. If my forecast accuracy is 100%, means whatever I kept in the cycle stock is enough to support that demand. Okay, so if, for example, I have kept a cycle stock and it's perfectly, it goes like that, it hits the reorder point. Okay, then when it hits the reorder point, then the purchase order is issued to the supplier. Yeah, so that's the purchase order issued to the supplier, and then after a certain lead time, this is the time side. Yeah, time. After a certain lead time, maybe 1 week or whatever, and then we receive the product while we are still going to the sales. Yeah, sales is going on, and the cycle stock is keep on going down, 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 like, yeah. And then what will happen, if you have the accuracy is 100%, then what will happen is that is going to exactly go and go and here. Yeah, you don't need a safety stock, and then you receive the stock from the supplier, and then it goes back to the normal level. Yeah, even if it is not 100% and you have done, let's say, 60% forecast accuracy, but you have over forecasted, the bias is positive. Over forecast, the bias is positive. So what will happen if the bias is positive over forecast? Means that you have done something like that. So you issued the PO here, and then after certain time, whatever, you have received the product, but still it was you have enough stock, more not even touching safety stock, but you have some more stock sitting here. Yeah, that is like um, so positive bias. Yeah, if you have under forecasted, negative bias. If you are under forecasted, doesn't matter 60% or 80%, like it matters, don't count me on that, but assume that you have under forecasted, and let's say 60% under forecast accuracy, 60% bias is negative. You under forecasted, so what will happen? You thought you're going to sell 100, um, but you are selling 200 now. So what will happen? It's going to deplete fast. Your cycle stock is going to deplete fast. It's going to hit the reorder point fast, and then it's going to go. And then now the lead time is whatever the lead time. You may end up, because you're selling fast, you under forecasted. You may take some of the safety stock also. You may get into some of the situation, depending upon the situation. You may get into the back order also. By the time you receive the stock, you say, oh, I got a back order of 100 units. Yeah, I already took all my cycle stock, I took all my safety stock, and now I am in the back order here, and I receive the product here, and then I'm going back to the normal level. Everybody understood now how the cycle stock and safety stock work together? Rabia, Gorshay, Moraba, you understood this concept now? That cycle stock and safety stock, how they, with different forecast accuracy and bias, how they play.
God say marhaba. Yes, sir.
Okay, very good.
Understood.
Very good. Okay, so now this is a important concept. Safety stock and cycle stock, yeah, they work together. Okay, now let's understand this decoupling inventory. This is a very important topic for um, uh, in the IBP side also. Decoupling inventory concept is there in DDMRP, demand driven MRP. So understand the decoupling concept. We have taught this in supply chain fundamentals. So, but let's do that. Very important. Okay, decoupling inventory. Okay, so what is decoupling inventory means here? So decoupling inventory means here is the word come, this basically started from the manufacturing. Like you have these two machines, machine 1 and machine 2. Yeah, and machine 1, um, uh, uh, let's say, Shadrujaman, your textile industry, machine 1 is a cutting machine. Yeah, it takes the cloth, yeah, and it cuts into the pieces, whatever pieces you have decided. Agree, Shadrujaman? Yeah, so that's the cutting machine. Yeah, um, so it does this job. Then this is, let's say, the sewing machine. Yeah, so it takes the cloth, whatever the cloth you have, and it put together into whatever shirt or whatever. Yeah, sewing machine. Okay, let's simplify it. So what will happen is that um, if there is no decoupling inventory sitting here to feed this process, what will happen? This will become the bottleneck. Agree? These swing guys will just sit there and wait for the cutting guys to finish their work. Agree? Yeah. They will
Yes,
say,
sir.
"Oh, why are you not working? Oh, we are waiting for these guys to cut it and give it to us. We are just waiting." Yeah. So then it is because if they cut uh, uh, 10 piece per hour, and if they 10 piece per hour, and if they sew uh, 20 piece per hour, do you think it's a problem now? These guys are able to do 20 piece per hour. They are making 10 piece per hour. Problem? The speed is high.
Big problem, sir.
Problem. So now how to resolve this problem? Use the decoupling concept. You say let's decouple. Decouple means let's reduce the dependency on this machine. Then what you will do? Let's get some extra stock and keep it here. Okay? Of the
Yes, sir.
So then we will keep getting 10 pieces from here. Then remaining 10 piece you will get it from here. Everybody understood the concept of decoupling? Yeah. Very important concept in IBP, and it's a very important concept. Okay, so now this concept started from manufacturing. Now it is used in everywhere. Now you say everywhere means like, okay, let's say this is my cost draw distribution center, and fulfillment centers and all that. This is my supply chain network, and then my retail stores and all that thing. Okay, so now what happened is that they are trying to say, okay, from this regional distribution center to the central distribution center, let's decouple this part. Same concept. Keep some extra stock so that it does not impact this dependency much more. Okay, because if there may be here the transportation time is maybe 2 weeks because it's very far, for example. Yeah, possible. It may be very far, so it's hard to deliver the product there. So then to compensate that, let's increase some stock here. So that will be known as a decoupling inventory. We are not depending on this too much. Everybody understood this concept can be taken to anywhere? Okay. Mushfiq, understood you?
Yes, Dr. Press.
Okay, very good. Okay, let's continue. So now I think we got that good. So now what is remaining here? So we covered the all these things. Service inventory, you all know, it's in the service industry like hotel. What is the inventory in the hotel? The inventory in the hotel is the number of rooms. Yeah. In the warehouse, we say we have 10 pieces remaining. In hotels, we say we have 10 rooms remaining. 10 room for them is the inventory. Okay. So you just have to change the language and you're okay in the service. If you get a job in service industry, just make sure you understand supply chain concepts are all valid, but instead of the physical stuff, they have the so-called um, different type of um, um, uh, not different type. They different language. Yeah. For example, in the hospital, hospital is service industry. The number of patients is the demand, and number of beds is the supply. Agree? Yes, Rabia. Number of patients, demand, number of beds, supply. Yeah. So if you
Yes,
go
sir.
to the hospital and you are a supply chain consultant, you say, let me do your supply demand balancing and all. So how many beds you have? It's 100-bed hospital. Okay, 100-bed hospital, and how many patients on average come on a weekly basis? So we get about 500 patients every week. So definitely this is a demand supply problem. Yes or no? Yeah, 100-bed hospital.
Yes, sir. It could
Yeah.
be any equipment related to treatment in the hospitals
Yes,
according to
exactly.
the demand.
Yeah, X-ray machines. How many X-ray machine? Now you visited the X-ray machine department. Say how many X-ray per day you can do? Oh, we can do about 50 of them. Okay, How many on the waiting list? Oh, we have 300 on the waiting list. What is this? Supply demand problem? Yeah. You can do only 50
Yes,
per
sir.
day, and then you have 300 waiting. Why they're waiting? Because you cannot fulfill that demand. Yeah. You may need more X-ray machines, or you need to partner with other hospitals to send your demand to them. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this is a, we don't teach service industry in supply chain, but whoever has understood supply chain, they are very, very comfortable to work in any industry. Yeah. Because the concepts are all same. The language differs. Okay. Very good. Let's keep going. Lot to cover. Transit industry. Yeah, this is very easy to understand. In transit, from one warehouse to another warehouse. This is the in transit. Yeah, it's very easy. We discussed about that. Theoretical inventory. Yeah, theoretical inventory. It's. Let me go with that. It's a good concept. Theoretical inventory. What happened in the. It's mostly in the manufacturing side. You say that uh, uh, planned versus actual. So this is your theoretical inventory. Why? Because you said that I need uh, uh, I need 2 meters of cloth. I'm going with the textile industry. I need 2 meters of cloth to make one shirt. And where is this data sitting? This data sitting in the BOM. That's my theoretical inventory. Okay. But actually, I used 2.2 meters. Everybody understood now the difference? Yeah. My BOM said you need to use 2 meter, but I use 2.2 meter. Yeah. Why I use 2.2 meter? Many reasons of it. Maybe some of that I already scrapped it. Yeah. Didn't use properly, whatever. Or maybe the BOM is very old. I need to go back and update my BOM. Yeah. No longer any shirt we can make by 2 meter. So you need to go and change the BOM. Depends upon the analysis you are doing, but understand the concept between theoretical inventory and actual, planned versus actual. Everybody understood this concept now? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Very good. Okay. Keep going. So you got the theoretical inventory part understood. Excess inventory. Yeah, this is another very important concept. Every company you will work, um, you know, or both as a consultant, because this course is the reason I'm covering business plus SAP, because I don't want you to be a configurator. There's no demand of configurator. AI is taking over all that. Yeah. So learn the business and help the business to take a right decision. Okay. Excess inventory is we have um, excess, obsolete, and expired. Always remember this. This analysis is always going on. Excess, obsolete, and expired. Okay. So every company has different ways. Like the company I work, we do it on a quarterly basis. Yeah. So we do quarterly basis this analysis, excess, obsolete, and expired. So inventory. Yeah. So what we do is that we take the inventory and we say this is very easy. Expired inventory is very easy. Every have expiry date there in the item, and then you check the expiry date, and then you can run the analysis. Yeah. Um, uh, for example, uh, uh, so you have let's say the food item, you say, let's say milk expiry is in 2 weeks. Yeah, you're getting expired, let's say 15th of March. So March 15 is going to, so the expiry date, easy to go with the expired expired inventory, filter all the items which have expired by expiry date, and you got, okay. And we will learn in SAP how to manage that. The configuration we will learn, which is known as shelf life. Yeah, we'll learn how to configure the shelf life and all that, so that when you are doing a goods receipt of a product, you're receiving the product in the warehouse, you make sure that the supplier has not shipped you the expired inventory. Yeah. So how to control that? We will learn that configuration in SAP, so that when you're doing a goods receipt and if it is expired, it will immediately stop here in the system and say you cannot receive this product because it's already expired. Okay, so we'll learn that. But okay, so expired. One more word you will hear in the business side as a consultant when you go is sell by date. Sell by date. Anybody knows this word, sell by date? Anybody heard this word, sell by date? Any guess?
No, sir.
While I'm eating my cookie.
You have to sell the product within that date, right?
Yeah, you have to sell. Exactly, Mushfiq. You have to sell it because you cannot wait till the product get expired. Yes, Mushfiq?
Yes, that's good.
So if you say that my expiry date of this milk in the grocery store is 3/15, do you think that the customer is going to buy the product if the expiry date is 3/15 and the customer reaches there on 3/14 and the expiry is 3/15 and customer comes to the store on 3/14? Do you think that he's going to carry this bag sitting here expiring tomorrow?
No.
Hmm?
No,
Nobody-
customer will not buy that one.
No, nobody will, because it's going to expire tomorrow. Why he is taking risk? Yeah, he's going to, when the customer comes here on 3/14, customer will say, I'm not going to buy this. Like we all do that. Yeah, we all do that. We all customers. Yeah, so we go, no, not this one. Let me find something. Oh, 3/21. So let's get the 3/21 expiry. Agree? So we get a little far.
Yes.
Yeah, so we can consume the milk also. Yeah, you can consume the milk also. So what is this? So we know the expiry date. Then what is this one? The sell by date. Means the sell by date will always be before the expiry date. Agree? If the expiry date is 3/15, the sell by date may be 3/11. Agree, Mushfiq? Yeah, the sell by date may be
Yes.
maybe a little
Because-
early. Yeah.
Yes, because everyone wants a sell inventory or shelf life on their side as well.
Exactly, at least 2 or 3 days in their fridge. Yeah, in their usage. Yeah, so expired. So so now you got 2 dates now: expired date and sell by date. Yeah, who decides the expired date? Supplier. Yes, supplier is responsibility to tag the expired date in the product. Everybody understood that part? Yeah. So supplier's responsibility for the expired date. But whose responsibility is to tag in the system, not in the product? No. Have you ever seen you take the product and it's written sell by date there? They don't write all that. Yeah. You go to the grocery or any, they don't write sell by date in the product. Yeah. It only date is mentioned in there is the expired date. Yeah. Where is this date mentioned? This date is mentioned in the system. Yes. Agree? So now you set this date based on the product and all whatever. You set this date. So if passed the sell by date, then the inventory manager of that company will say that pull all these milk from the shelf which has crossed the shelf life date, because waste of our storage space of the shelf is underutilized, because so many of those products sitting which has crossed the sell by date, still it is not expired but it is crossed. Nobody is going to buy all those. Waste of, we can take that all and replenish with the new stock. Everybody understood as an inventory manager how you are thinking? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then we have to manage all that inside SAP. So we are learning in this class the business side, the problems, and then how to replicate that inside SAP. Okay. Okay. Go back to the excess, obsolete, and expired. Everybody now, I think, understood expired concept. Yeah. Okay. And we learned the self-life configuration all in SAP. Okay. So now we go to the obsolete. Who's going to tell what is obsolete means here? Anybody want to try? What is obsolete means here? What is obsolete inventory?
Becoming redundant, there's no uses of that inventory anymore.
Very good. There is no demand of that. Yes, Mushfiq? There is no.
Demand.
Yes. Agree?
Or maybe it is being replaced by something new which is
Yeah.
introduced by the company.
Exactly. So something came. So this product SKU1, there is no demand because what happened? The demand may have moved to the another SKU. Agree? Company has introduced, for example, iPhone 10, no demand. But where are those customers gone? Or they are now in the iPhone 15 or 16, whatever. Yeah. So the customers switched from here to here. Yes. So if you go and ask, what about my iPhone 9 or 10? Oh, there's no demand for that. So what happened? That product has become obsolete. Yes. That product has become obsolete. So all the one thing important is the demand. Okay. What about the excess inventory? Who is going to tell me what does excess inventory means? This is very important concept. You have to do this quarterly in every company you work, and you have to make sure you configure your SAP to make sure the business can able to do all that. As a consultant, you have to make sure you help. Okay. So what is excess inventory?
Inventory which is lying in your maybe warehouse, which is not moving at all,
Very good. So
and it is more than your demand.
yes, the supply is greater than demand. Yes, Samir? The supply is?
True. Yeah.
Yeah, supply is greater. Here's no demand. Here supply is greater than demand. Yeah. So what does it mean is that your demand on a monthly basis is 10 units per month. Your supply is 1000 units sitting in the floor. Now you are saying my 12 months demand is 120 units. You agree? I have 1000 units sitting. Yeah. So definitely we are selling something. So it's not obsolete. It's not expired. I have a 3-year expiry of this product. So it's sitting there in the floor, but it's very, very slow moving, as Samir said. So what will happen? Would the business will wait to sell all the 1000 units? In how many years they will take to sell this one? Yeah. So 120, so about 10 years. Yeah. 8 or 10 years to sell this item. Yes. So then you have to take a decision to scrap this item. Agree? Write off. Business will take a decision that we need to do a write-off. Yes. So that is known as excess. So how much they will do the write-off? They will not do write-off of everything. They will take some part of it, like they will take, like, say, a 12 months inventory from here, or maybe 2 years inventory, for example. Let's say 200. They will keep the 200, and the remaining 800, they will say, let's do the write-off of the 800. It's a waste of our shelf space and all the storage cost we are paying and all that. And it's not going to move. So let's keep some stock to sell, and the remaining just write off. Everybody understood now? Or do some promotion. There are many ways of writing off. Not like financial write-off is one thing, but another one is promotion. Another one is just give it to the, depends upon the product. You give for donation. There are many ways of moving that product, but last step is definitely the write-off. Everybody understood that part, concept? Excess, obsolete, expired. Okay, good. Let's continue. So you got all these 15 types here. Yeah. Okay. Now, if we go back to the is that guy gone? Okay, this is a document I have posted in LinkedIn. I will save this in the Google Drive also, in our class Google Drive. So you will all have, please make sure that you read it. Yeah, it's a very important document. Whatever I share in LinkedIn, I tell you, is very, very high valuable content. You should save it, read it, understand it. If you don't understand, ask in the class. That's how we all learn. Yeah, nobody knows everything. They all learn when they have the interest. Okay, so now you know the business side. I told you those 15. Yeah, that language, always remember that language. This is the business side language. Okay, now let's go to the SAP side language. This is the SAP side language. Unrestricted use stock, quality inspection stock, blocked stock, restricted use, stock in transit, transfer stock, vendor consignment, customer consignment. Yeah, and it's valuated or not valuated. MRP is considered in MRP or not, material requirement planning. What is the special stock indicator to differentiate between other stock? So you have the indicator, we will see that, and then the T codes and all that thing. Yeah, so let's understand first the concept of this valuated. Okay, now we are talking, switching from business to SAP now. Okay, so let's understand this concept valuated, then I will come back here again. Okay, I'm opening another is here. Okay, so what happened is that if you receive, supplier has sent you, okay, the product, you are doing goods receipt here in your warehouse. Okay, this is your warehouse, in the company warehouse. Okay, now you have to decide this, whatever you are receiving here, this product. Yeah, is this product, now all I'm talking now is SAP language. Okay, just make sure you switch your head from business to SAP now. Okay, so what this product is, stock or non-stock? And if it is a stock, is it valuated or non-valuated? If it is a non-stock, is it valuated or non-valuated? Okay. Anybody want to guess what I just did? Any guesswork?
Is it material versus services?
Material
I mean, stock as in
versus,
physical product and non-stock as in service.
very good. So this is one of the example of this one is service. Yes. Okay. Anything else? Can a physical item be non-stock, Samir? That's the question. Can a physical item be a non-stock? In SAP, not in business world. Business world, physical item is always stock. Business world, SAP,
True.
S4 HANA. Yeah, I'm talking S4 HANA. This is all S4 HANA language. So if you watch the recording, please make sure that I'm talking here the S4 HANA language.
It can be, right?
It can be, yes, Mushri, it can be. Yeah, it can be the stock and the non-stock. Okay, let me explain to you this part. Yeah, the first step is this one, understanding stock versus non-stock. Okay, so then we go to the valuated and non-valuated. Okay, so what happened is that if you are receiving the product, let's say you are doing GR 101 unrestricted stock. Yeah, unrestricted means you buy it or you sell it, buy and sell, or you buy the raw material and immediately you can use it. No restriction on that. On selling or consumption, no restricted. Okay, okay, that's one. So that is known as your stock. Okay, now if you are doing if you're receiving the product using an account assignment category. Did you remember my lecture on account assignment category, or you forgot the concept of account assignment category? Rabia,
Yes, sir.
account assignment category, cost center. Yeah, I covered this topic, Mushfiq. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So if a marketing department is saying I need laptop for their personal department use, and the warehouse guys receive the laptop and they give it to the marketing department. Yes? And the marketing department has a
Yes,
cost
sir.
center. The warehouse guys will enter that cost center. Yeah, and it has the marketing department as a cost center, and this particular transaction is part of the account assignment category. Okay, so you know that is not a stock. This laptop has nothing to do with the warehouse. We are not selling to the customer, and we are not consuming in any different way here in the manufacturing. Everybody understood now? Yeah, it's not part of the product. We are not selling it, and yeah, it's just a request from a department. So we have to take it and give it to them. So what happened? This laptop is a non-stock material. Everybody understood now? Because we are not stocking it in our warehouse. It has nothing to do with our product sales or product consumption in manufacturing. Everybody getting the concept of non-stock in S4HANA? Stationary items. Okay, very good. Stationary items. Yeah, we'll take the stationary item also. Yes, Samir, you got that? The non-stock part. Yeah, we are not stocking. Yeah. Okay. So now, if you say that, okay, I understood there is certain service for sure is a non-stock. Yeah, and then we are certain products also can become a non-stock if it is not for sale or production consumption. Okay. Okay, very good. So now let's go into the valuated, non-valuated. Yeah. So you are saying that laptop, this department ordered my laptop. Okay. But what about if this department ordered pencil and pen? Yeah. Now you say that it depends upon how it's not like, oh, I want pencil and pen for $5 or I want it for $1,000. It depends upon that. Of course, the finance accounting department will check that. But based on that, so for sure, pencil and pen is a non-stock because it's ordered by a department. It has nothing to do with product sales or product consumption in manufacturing. Agree? That's a non-stock. You got the non-stock now. So now you have both laptop and stationery. Both are non-stock. Which one will be valuated? Which one will be non-valuated? You see the difference now? Laptop will definitely be valuated. Yeah, because it has an asset there. Yeah, on that particular thing. Agree? Valuated means it will reflect in the balance sheet as an asset somewhere. Yes, valuated. Yeah, non-valuated means there is no accounting on that part. So then you say, let's put stationery as a non-valuated. Everybody understood now? There are certain things company don't want to keep a financial record of it. Yeah, it's a very minor thing. They just want to put it as an overhead, maybe, you know, an overall something in the end, the adjustment. So they don't want to, as a transaction basis, they don't want to do the valuation as a transaction. Oh, you got a $10 pencil today, a $5 rubber today. You didn't want to headache of all those accounting documents generated for each of those transactions. Yes, so they make it as non-valuated. Everybody understood the difference between valuated and non-valuated, and stock and non-stock? Very important concept, I tell you. Not many get this clear in their head, even though they are consultants. You all got that concept now? Okay,
Yeah,
very good.
good.
So now if I say unrestricted use stock, is it valuated or not? Yes. Just look at the column valuated for now. Is it valuated or not? Yes, it's valuated. Yep. It's a stock item is evaluated. Okay. What is not valuated here? Why vendor consignment is not valuated? Anybody? Why vendor consignment is not valuated?
Because it is not part of your inventory and not will not show up in your balance sheet.
Very good. Because the ownership has not been transferred from the supplier to the company. Yeah. The ownership has not been transferred. It still is sitting in the balance sheet of a supplier. Yes, Amit? It's sitting in the balance sheet of the supplier. Yeah. So that's why it's non-valuated. The moment you do a transfer posting in SAP and you move the vendor consignment stock to the unrestricted stock, immediately it will show up as valuated. Yes, because you took some part of the consignment inventory and you used it or you sold it. You cannot directly do that. You have to do a transfer posting in SAP saying, I want this part of consignment to be known as unrestricted. First, you have to do that, and then unrestricted can be sold or consumed. So immediately when you do this transaction in SAP from consignment to unrestricted, what you are doing in the accounting terms, you are making a non-valuated item into a valuated item. Everybody understood now? Yeah, valuated. Yeah. Okay. Pipeline. What do you think by pipeline here? Pipeline is, example is gas, utility bills, water bills. Yeah, those are all. So those are all non-stock items. Yeah, you don't keep the stock of that, and they are not valuated because it's same like a consumption of your consignment. They will charge you how much you have consumed, not how much in your house. Yes, they're not saying, oh, you have 10 kilowatt of your utility utility in your house, so I'm going to charge how much you have. No, how much you consumed is the billing coming. Yeah, so that's why it is non-stock, non-valuated. Okay, water, utility, and all that. Okay, those are known as pipeline stock. Pipeline stock is something is there, but when you open the tap, use the water, that water you have consumed will be charged by the municipality. Yeah, not the water sitting in the pipe. Everybody understood now? The water sitting in the pipe, we are not paying for that. We open the tap, the water consumed, we are paying. That's why it is a non-stock, non-valuated. Okay. Okay, good. So now GR blocked stock. Very confusing, this one. GR blocked stock and blocked stock. You see? Blocked stock, you all know, we have covered this in the previous lecture. Blocked stock is that if something has happened, you want to block that stock. For example, if a damage happen or something happen, then what you will do, you just want to block it. You say this item is not good for sale, let me just block this item. Yeah, you can put a status of blocked, so nobody can take it from the warehouse and sell it or consume it, because when the warehouse guys received it, they saw some damage or something, spillage going on, leaking going on, so they just blocked it. Yeah, you can have a status in SAP as blocked when you receive. Okay, good. Everybody understood. It's evaluated, but it's blocked. So nobody can use it, but it shows in the balance sheet as that we have this much stock, but we are not able to use this stock. Okay. What about GR blocked stock? Non-valuated. Anybody guess on that? GR blocked stock versus blocked stock. Very important, this concept. The GR blocked stock is a business. Always think about all these things as a SAP MM consultant from the business use case perspective. Don't think as a technical language to remember, memorize, and pass the interview. Don't think that. Always think in the business use case scenarios, where I will use this, where I will use this. Then you will become great consultant. Yeah, so GR blocked stock is a business case where items are coming, warehouse guys are receiving, but they want some time to check all that and take a decision on whatever, and their backlog is going on. Then what they will do in that scenario, they will just do a GR blocked stock. They will say, let me work on this. I will get back to this, but let me clean up this space. If I don't receive it, then it will still sit in this space in the warehouse. So let me do GR blocked stock. I will receive it as a GR block. It means that it is non-valuated. Yeah, non-valuated. Because the moment I say it is blocked stock, then the interpretation comes that it may be damaged, it may be something. No, it is not damaged. I just don't have time to receive this product. And I want to clean this space in the warehouse, which is the receiving space. So what I am doing GR blocked stock. I'm putting all this under and asking them, move this stock to that area, and I will take care later in the afternoon. Currently, I have entered in my system. Don't worry, just move that one. If you don't enter it and these guys move it, then what happened in the warehouse? How many of you have visited warehouse or worked in warehouse or have a feeling of the warehouse?
Me what?
Mushfiq, you have been in the warehouse, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, myself I visited, but I am not fully aware of that.
Okay, okay. Srinivas, make
Stop
sure,
by
yeah,
stop.
make sure whenever you get an opportunity,
Yeah.
yeah, warehouse is very, like, we say that, I love one of the CEO posted 2 weeks back, the Kinaxis CEO. I love that statement. He says, supply chain is not in the cloud. Supply chain is in the warehouse floor. Supply chain is not in the cloud. It's in the warehouse floor. Those who have worked in the warehouse floor, those who have worked in the production floor, their understanding of supply chain is different than those who have studied in that it's sitting in the cloud. Yes. So
Yes,
yeah,
you're
so
right.
yeah, so always make sure, because that's what when I was learning supply chain, I made sure that I get that ground level understanding of production, warehousing, logistics, standing with the truck drivers in the yard, talking to them, seeing their slaves. Like, I have been in all those areas just to make sure that I understand their pain point and learn. Everybody has their own knowledge. Okay, good. Let's go back. GR blocked stock is non-valuated because it's just to release. Okay, now let's talk about the MRP. Yeah, MRP. Okay, we'll have a separate I think a lecture on MRP is coming later, but let me give you a quick feeling of that, because when you read this document, then you can understand what is this MRP doing. Yeah, material requirement planning. And so what happened is that when you run an MRP, you say you will see this word many times. I will say in the class when we go to the MRP, when I teach the MRP, run MRP, run. What does run MRP mean? It's an algorithm, is a heuristic. Yeah, we'll learn about that. All those words hold in your space in the mind, and Samir is very good in that. Samir, please add some value when we come to this lecture on MRP, heuristics and optimizer and all those things. Yeah. So Samir is our IBP consultant. Is going to add value on all that. Okay. So let's hold. Not today's topic is not about this. Today's topic is when you run an MRP, what happens is that it does the net requirement calculation. And how the net requirement calculation happens is because you are basically doing a balance between demand and supply. Everybody understood this? The balance between demand and supply. Yeah, that's the net requirement. So now if you want to know the net requirement calculation formula, will be definitely supply minus demand. Yes, supply minus demand. So now if you know the supply, and this is exactly what SAP does, I tell you. Supply minus. So now you tell me, what is your supply?
Production material,
Which one?
raw material, packaging, the production related material is the supply.
Oh, raw material, production, packaging material,
Production related material.
production related material, raw material, finished good. Yeah. Okay. So this is so partially right, but now you see.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yes, Samir. Yeah.
I was just saying, like, material coming from upstream locations from your supplier side.
Exactly. Yeah. Materials coming from your suppliers or maybe another warehouse, intercompany. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The stock transport orders. Yeah. So you have all those ones also in the supply. Yeah. So the supply is of two types. How many types? Two types. Yeah. Firm and non-firm. Agree? Yes. So if it is a purchase order issued to the supplier, it is a firm supply. Agree? It's coming. If it is a purchase requisition, it is not firm. Everybody understood the difference now? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
They both are supply, but you say the buyer will say, I have purchased, but you say, man, this is a purchase acquisition sitting in your desk, in your laptop. Supplier has no idea that you have purchase acquisition. I cannot consider this in my net requirement calculation. Agree? I will only consider this in my net requirement calculation because you have issued the PO, it has received to the supplier, and I am waiting for the shipment to come and do the GR. So I can still consider this guy in my net requirement. The purchase acquisition you have created is still sitting in your table. Everybody understood now the firm and non-firm? Yeah. Okay, so now you know that the supply is very important in as a SAP MM consultant, solution advisor. You need to sit with the client and understand how you define your supply. And because the client talks the business language, you need to, as a great supply chain SAP solution advisor, your ability to translate business language into system language into business language, that is your ability, will differentiates you from other MM consultant. Okay, that's what this class is all about. Okay, so now you go back on this list and you see MRP. Blocked stock is no, I will not consider as part of my. All these ones, first of all these ones are what? All these ones are supply. Everybody agree, at least this part? All these are supply. Yes?
Yes, sir.
And they all are firm supply. Do you see anything here related to that the purchase acquisition side? No. Yeah. The minimum you have here is the stock in transit. Agree? Stock, yeah.
Yes.
Either it is in the floor or it is coming. Nothing is like, no, I'm planning to buy. Anything you see here is I'm planning to buy. No. Yeah. Either it is sitting in the floor or it is coming. Yeah. That's how the supply is defined. So all of these are supply and they will be considered in the net requirement calculation as supply or not. That's where this column is about. Why blocked stock, Srinivas, is not considered in MRP calculation? Why it is not considered as a supply, even though it is sitting in the warehouse physically?
Because some damages, something is happened.
Exactly.
That's why they kept up.
Yeah. You see that, yeah? So the damage is there. So block stock you define. So now as a consultant, your job is, because the business don't understand what blocked means. Yeah. You understand the SAP language. The business says, oh, sometime I have a damage, sometime I have this. Okay, then you say, that's a great conversation. Let's document, and this is in a design workshop. Let's document what are you considering as part of non-usable item. Like use their language, Srinivas. Don't use our language in front of the client. Okay?
Yep.
Yeah. So they said, what are some things you are non-usage material stock? And then he will say, oh, the non-usage one, sometime damage happens, sometime leak happens, sometime one of the box in the pharma industry, I saw there was a one box open, nothing wrong, but it was open. So I have a doubt about that one. Okay. Anything else? Keep asking. Don't stop him. Okay. Once he tell you all that thing, then you say, okay, let me configure this all as part of the blocked stock. Everybody understood now? Yeah. That's your design workshop. Yeah, when you meet, when you talk, that don't do this block stock. Oh, I know how to set this block stock, and I set it, and the customer has no idea when to use which one. Okay, so have this conversation. Then only okay. So now you understood that part. So go back and you know this. It should not be considered in MRP because the MRP is thinking about the balancing the demand and the supply. If I throw here the blocked stock, what will happen? I have a false supply. Everybody agree? I have a false supply. Yeah. And if I have a false supply, now I'm saying my demand is 1000 and my supply is including the blocked stock is 2000. And I say, oh, that's good. I don't need to issue any, because ultimately what will happen? Once you do the net requirement calculation, what the MRP does? MRP does the net requirement calculation. It takes all the data, whatever it needs. Yeah, it takes your stock data, your purchase data, all the MRP parameters data, lot size and all that thing. So it takes all that thing, lot size, lead time, all that. It takes all that data. It does the net requirement calculation. Yeah, it takes the demand data, you know, the plant independent requirement demand data. It takes all, this is my demand. Yeah, this is all my types of supply. This is my configuration parameter, planning data, what AFIFA has. AFIFA, you share the planning data. This is the planning data. Yeah. So this is my demand data. This is my supply data. And this is my planning data. Yeah. It takes all that data. It does the net requirement calculation. Then what it does? It creates purchase requisition or planned orders. Purchase acquisition converted into a PO, sent to the supplier, planned order converted into a production order, and sent to the production floor. Everybody understood now? So if you consider something as a false stock, as a supply, and you say, oh, I have 1000 this month, this is my monthly demand, 1000, I have 2000 sitting here in my warehouse physically, then I don't need to issue any purchase requisition or planned order. Okay, what happens? You get out of stock. Now customer complained, and then you say, what happened? I was not wrong. Everything went well as a material planner. Let's assume you as a material planner is working, and then he complained to you that you are not a good consultant. Okay. Okay, material planner escalated the problem, and then you get fired after that. Yeah. So then you say, he will say that why you put blocked stock as part of the regular supply, because out of this 2000, 1500 belongs to the blocked stock. Only 500 was the real supply. I need to issue a PO for 500 units. You understood the problem now? The demand and supply difference is 500 units. I need to issue a PO to get that item. But because I considered blocked stock and it is 1500 units sitting in the blocked stock, my supply was fake. And that's why I got into now out of stock situation, and the customer complaints are coming. From where it all started? It all started that you as a consultant has not defined what blocked stock means and how to set that. Everybody understood now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I have one question, sir.
Yeah, please, yes.
Yeah. See, the net requirement calculation, receipts minus requirements are only supply minus demand.
Okay, so supply minus demand and receipt minus requirement, same thing, Srinivas.
Yeah. Okay, but in requirements, whether it is going to consider sales orders and everything, PARs, everything.
Exactly. Requirement is of two types, forecast and sales order. Agree?
Yes, sir.
So forecast coming from plant independent requirement from IBP. Okay. Understood?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sales
correct.
orders directly coming to S4HANA because it is a customer order. Okay.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So two types, very good question. Two types of demand. One, forecast demand, another customer order demand. They both are the requirement. Everybody understood now? That's a very good question. Yeah. Okay. Because you need to understand the flow of the demand and the flow of the supply, and then you will be able to do the balancing of the flow of the demand and supply. When I teach IBP class, and Samir will be with me there to teach. There we will do all that in the so-called SNOP. How does SNOP works? Sales and operations planning, where we balance the demand and the supply. Yes, Samir, that's the core topic of SNOP. Yeah.
Yep, true.
Yeah. Yeah. So this concept what you're learning here help in making. This will help, Samir, all the discussion we are doing here in the MRP level. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, this will help. Yeah, the parameter, the name will change in IBP, but the overall concept will exactly be same. Okay, so now you have got this background. Now, is it easy for you to see the MRP and say, if I ask you, vendor return stock is not considered in MRP, is easy for you to now give that answer? Srinivas, why vendor return stock is not considered, even though it is valuated? Why it is not considered in MRP?
Because it's already written, sir. It is not available, right?
Okay, it's not. See, if it is already returned, it will not be valuated. You agree? So you have to
Yes.
say that physically the stock is in my warehouse, but it is going to be returned. You have to say that.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. If it is left in your warehouse, then it is not, it's gone. Yeah, it's gone. It's not in your system. Yeah. So
Yes.
you have to say it's valuated because physically it is sitting in my warehouse. That's why it is valuated. It is not considered in MRP because it is going to go out to the vendor and it's not going to go to the fulfill the demand. It's going back to the vendor. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Because of any reason. Yeah. Because maybe that item has some technical issues or the product have different color or whatever, something happened with the supplier and we are saying no, we are returning this back, we are not receiving it, whatever. Okay, that's why that stock will not be considered in MRP because that stock is not going to be used to fulfill the requirement. Everybody understood now? Okay, I hope we covered this both. Now I think you all are very good in these core concepts we covered today. This MRP, this stock valuated, non-valuated. Yes, you all are good now. Different types of stocks, SAP language, that language, blah, blah. You all good now? Okay. So it took time, but good. Okay, material master data. Okay, material master data, and we are going to start. There's few things I want to just mention it here so that before I open SAP and then we start looking into the SAP. Gaushai Maraba, Michelle joined. So first is definitely we going to look into that how it is structured. The level and the views. Yeah, very important to understand this whole. And material master data is a centralized, very important. All in S4HANA, this is the core. I tell you, if you spend one or two, at least we will spend another one lecture detail, at least 2 hours more to get this whole done. So we'll not rush on because this is a centralized data used by everybody. You know, it's used by the IBP guys, is used by the sales and distribution, is used by the purchasing guys, is used by the production guys, production planning and all. It is used by the accounting people. Yeah, the finance accounting, the FICO guys. Yeah, it is used by the warehouse people. Yeah, so many stakeholders to this material master. Yeah, so many stakeholders, and I'll show you that. Yeah, So that's why it is a centralized. It's everybody is going through using that. There's no second thing. It's here what we are going to learn. Okay, definitely our focus will be more around this area, yeah, and some part of the planning area. Yeah, our focus will be more, and we cannot avoid the FICO side because this is our so-called known as MMFI integration. Yeah, so we need to understand their area because it is connected to our area. Yeah, whether it is a pricing or it is evaluation, or it is which GL account determination. All these things are part of. Srinivas, you read my LinkedIn post. Yeah, I see Srinivas read my LinkedIn post. Not all students do that, but I will highly recommend that. Those are Srinivas. You read my LinkedIn post when I post all those content. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They're good. Yeah, they're good. You
Yeah,
should
it's very good, sir.
yeah,
Very good content.
yeah, you should, because I want all the other students to read and because most of the things, you know, if I teach all of that here, it's not going to be a 3 months course. It's going to be a 1 year course. Agree, Srinivas? If I teach everything here, yeah,
Yes. Yes, sir.
it's not going to be a 3 months. Yeah, this is the reason it is a 3 months because certain things I want to show in the system, certain concepts I want to clarify, and certain content I want to share in the open. Yeah, so that you can all read and cover that. Yeah, the 3 space there. If you miss the 3rd space, open content, then you are compromising on your knowledge. Okay, so we need to cover this level and views. The number 2, I'm just putting that together so that I don't forget what to cover. Then definitely we need to cover how to create material master, how to change it, how to display it. That's the easy one. We do that. Then we will do, what else I have listed here? Very, very important material type. Very important. Now we know the stock type. We understood the stock type in the business and all that. Now we have to get into the SAP side. It's all SAP material type. Yeah, material, very important. For example, if I say, oh, this is raw material, then raw material in SAP is mentioned by ROH. Yeah, so we need to learn that. And what does ROH means? How it is configured? What are changes is possible, not possible, whatever. Yeah, so we need to understand. Very important topic. Okay, so there's different types of material. You know now. Yeah, based on the 15 materials I told you in a business side, how they are mapped inside the material type. All those 15 stock types, how they are mapped here. You need to learn that. Very important topic. Business knows this, you know this. You need to be a very good translator to take the business from here to here. Okay. Then you need to understand some configuration on the industry sector. Every SAP has because SAP is a platform. S4HANA is for all the different industries. It's not like S4HANA. They did it for retail, like IS retail. They created one, but in general, this is open for all the industries to work on. So how they differentiate different fields available for different industries? They differentiate by configuring the industry sector. Okay, so we'll learn about that part. What else I have important here? Material group is very important. Material group. You remember that thing I told you about the purchasing group? Anybody remember purchasing group, Srinivas? In my organization structure class, purchase.
Yes.
What is
Yes,
purchasing group?
Whatever materials we are going to order, we are going to keep in the same purchase group.
But what is purchasing group?
Purchasing group is a which is related to order the materials.
But
It
that's
is
not
combine of people.
Always remember this word. Okay, whatever you said before was not a good definition. What you said in the end is very important. A purchasing group can be an individual buyer or can be a whole group of buyers.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, always remember that. Yeah. For example, in Walmart, there can be a purchasing group for pharmacy department. There is a purchasing group for grocery, purchasing group for this. Like they have different departments. They all can be created one purchasing group. Agree?
Yes,
So
sir. Yes.
anybody, the buyers who are supporting the pharmacy area products, they all will use this purchasing group when they issue the PO. Okay. So the purchasing group can be an individual buyer or can be a group of buyers for a particular department. They're segmented. What does it mean? They have segmented the purchasing department like that. Okay. Okay, very good. So
Sir,
yes.
I have one question.
Yeah.
For material type, okay, we have a different material types, right? So for that material, there is a local time and global time here in R3 side.
Local
ANA
time.
side?
What is local? Explain to me. Global or local. What does that mean?
For example, the same material,
Mm-hmm,
different countries they are using. Okay,
mm-hmm,
that time the timings will change.
yeah.
So the same planner can able to do the planning from different countries.
Yeah. The planning side. Samir, is you are here, Samir?
Yeah, Kaushik.
Yeah, Samir, can you take this question? It's a good question. Like same material, different global entities, different plants in different countries, and centralized global planner. What is the role of a global planner? If you give that reply, that would be much better from your side.
I mean, so when you started that question, what I
Yeah.
realized, I remember one thing, that whenever you have multiple buyers from different countries in the world, they always follow a common time zone, like either it is UTC or GMT. So all these operators or optimizers, whenever it runs, for example, you have raised a purchase requisition and it has to go as a supply to the MRP. So everyone will automatically convert to a common time zone. It depends on which way we want to make it, but you can do it UTC +5, -5, or GMT timing. So that way, everything would be common, so that it won't show that, for example, in India right now, if you place an order, it would be placed on today's date. But if I do it in Canada tomorrow, it will still be on the same date. So what happens whenever you enter it, it is stored in a common time in the system, so that it reflects properly that whenever my demand is coming, whenever I'm creating an order, it should properly match and calculate the lead time and everything. So the short answer is everything converts to a common time in the system.
Very good, Samir. So you understood, Srinivas, there is a internal mapping going on to make sure that all get translated into a common time zone. Yeah.
It is available in planning systems, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure about ANA system because I never checked that point of view.
Very good
in
point.
planning systems.
Is available.
But even in that, whenever you enter an order or something, it would still be stored in a common time zone. It will still show you what your local time is, but it will still, from the system perspective, it would be converted, and there will be some sort of a conversion stored in the system that will automatically convert it whenever you need to consider it in supply or in demand, or even on the S4 side, I'm saying.
Oh, okay, Samir.
Yeah.
Thanks. I understand. Yeah.
So that is, and even I just checked it, Srinivas. It is also available in the HANA. Yeah. So I will show you the system time zone known as UTC. Yeah. And it is a time stamp there, and it's a translation there. And there is a dynamic time zone. There is a system time zone, user time zone. There are different time zones available in S4 HANA. Yeah. So user time zone, dynamic time zone, system time zone, and the purchasing document is stamped, and you have a configuration of the time zones available, and the T code is STZAC. We go through that one. There's a configuration of time zones also available. I just checked in the Google. Yeah. So HANA has all that. Yes. Perfect. Very good point. Not usually used, Srinivas. It is not like a thing to be, it is more of a planning problem because the buyer don't care about that because they are working on their own thing, on their own lead time in their own time zone. But that's a very good question to know how different time zone people can work together in the purchasing department. Yeah.
Because I come to know that one issue which is related for demand planning. These time zones. That's why I come to know that there is something problem in the EC side.
Yeah.
But they overcome it.
You're
Yeah.
actually right. I mean, it is a very common problem in terms of implementation whenever we implement any SAP software. Maybe on IBP and S4 side, it is a common issue. And it is an important thing what you asked. So, yeah, I mean,
Very
it's a
good, very good.
yeah.
So let's put this one here as a time zone thing. So we'll do that, the time zone part. Very good question. Love it, because I have not explored this much topic. So we'll do that. Okay, number 7, I want to explore here is unit of measure. Very, very important topic. Unit of measure, you know, the base unit of measure, the order quantity you want to order in a unit or a case or a box. You want to receive it in a pallet or a box. Like, there are different ways of doing it. So unit of measure is a very important topic in Material Master. We will learn that. Then we have here material status is another very important point we will learn. Material status. You know, you all know about the product life cycle. Yeah, product life cycle. So you have the product, it goes growth phase, mature, then it decline. Yeah, and then it's get obsolete. Yeah, expired, no demand of this. Yeah, highest demand here, highest demand, and then there's no demand, and then zero demand. Everybody understood the product life cycle? Okay. So the material status defines, that head. Is it obsolete? Is it, is it still a prototype? We are not selling it. Yeah, like we can control that through the status. Yeah. So we'll learn about that. Yeah, how to control that, what field we have. Do you want to control at the client level so that all the plants will have the same status of that material, or do you want to control at the particular plant level that these 2 plants can sell but this plant cannot sell? How you will control all that? Material status. Okay, we'll learn about that.
Can I add one more quick
Yeah,
thing
please.
on this?
Yeah, please, Samir. Yeah.
One thing is that commonly material status is being used as if you want to demarcate one of the product as active or inactive.
Yes.
That's like very commonly used. I mean, the things what you explain is like the sub part of it, but on very high level, it is active and active. Simply.
Active and inactive. Yeah, you just set the status active, non-active. Yeah. In HANA, you have many other variations of that to configure. You know, what is the status? Like, you can set it as prototype, or prototype means is not active. Then you have active means you're selling, and then you are obsolete, active, obsolete, not active. You have further configuration, so you can easily understand where you are in the product life cycle. But in general, 2 categories: active, non-active. Yeah. Then subcategories is inside that. Yeah.
Irfan, that is only for planning side, but comes to the in EC side, the status should be all options it is available.
All options in the HANA is all options available. Yeah. Planning is very generalized. Yeah. Active, non-active. Yeah.
That is the only 2 concepts.
Exactly. But planning is easy. But in HANA, it's more important, because even though it is, you are issuing a purchase order, you need to know what is going on. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's why it's more detailed in HANA. There it is. Planning is active. Okay. You got that point. Status is very important. Another one we will cover is the purchase value key. Purchasing value key is also very important. This is comes as part of the setting of the tolerance. Tolerance. Yeah. Tolerance means, okay, I'm issuing a PO for 100 units. But the supplier ships 120 units. I am okay to receive it. If supplier ships 80 units, I am okay to receive it. This is my tolerance limit. But if the supplier ships, I'm ordering this 100 and supplier ships 200, definitely I'm not going to receive it. It will block me in the GR saying, no, it is over delivery. If supplier ships 70 units, I'm not going to receive this because this is under delivery. So you need to decide your zone of receiving product. Yeah. And where you decide that, purchasing value key, your tolerance. Yeah. You will set that tolerance side. Then number 10 is definitely your shelf life. We discussed about the shelf life. So how to set all that shelf life in this one. Yeah. So you see all these. There are many others, but I think the most
one
yes.
more.
Yeah.
Procurement key.
Yes.
Internal or external.
Yes, that's a procurement key. Let's go number 11. The internal is E and F. So that is your internal key and this is your external key. Very important when you are setting it. Material master, you can set this key in the material type directly, or you can set it at the plant level also. Yeah, so that we will look into that also. That's also very important. Everybody understood now? Good. Okay. So now we go into the SAP side. So we have a lot. That's why I'm saying we need another one class of 2 hours to get through all in SAP. But I think today you got a good understanding of the scope of the material master. If you understand all these concepts, then I think you are a very good state now. Yeah. Everybody good?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. So now, before I go into that, let me quickly show you the material type here. Okay, so you are getting the raw material, you converting into the semi-finished goods, and then you converting that into the finished good. Everybody understand this business language? Very easy. Yeah. Okay. Now, yeah. Now you use the SAP language. The raw material type is ROH. Yes. And then semi-finished good is HALB, and the finished good is FERT. Yeah, you got that one. Yeah. So you got this. So now if you say, oh, but yesterday you said, sir, the component. Okay, if you are buying the component, then keep the component here as the raw material. If you're buying it directly, okay. If you are making the component inside, then you need what is the in the SAP context, what the semi-finished means, that you are having certain BOM of that one. Yeah, if you're making. Yeah, so then you can, if you're making a component, then it becomes semi-finished because it has a BOM of its own. If you're just buying it, then it can be your raw material or can be semi-finished. You can buy the raw material, you can buy the semi-finished, but you cannot buy the you cannot purchase. You can purchase the raw material, you can purchase the semi-finished also. This is possible. This is raw material ROH. You have to purchase. Okay. You cannot make it. You cannot make it. Okay. You have to purchase. Raw material, you have to purchase. Semi-finished good, HALB, you can purchase and you can make also. Everybody understood? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Finished good, FERT, you cannot purchase. Yeah? You only have to make it. You understood how HANA is set up? Yeah, it's very important. Material type is very important. If you miss that in the design workshop, then the SKUs are mapped wrong, then it is a problem for the user and it's a problem for the accounting people, and then it's a problem for you also in the end. Yeah. So if you go to a design workshop and then you say, okay, show me all of your SKUs, and then they open your SKU item list and it's a, let's say 5,000 items sitting there. Your job is to make sure you map it to the material type. Don't rush, just make sure you understand that and then map it. Everybody understood why it is important? Yeah. So don't rush on that. Understand the concept, translate the business part into the SAP side and then map it. Okay. Okay, good.
Sir,
Yeah.
Sir, one question, sir. Sir, material types is finished goods, and SKU is raw materials or semi-finished goods. Is it correct?
No. SKU is everything. See, I have
Finished
SKU.
good.
No. SKU. For example, my SKU number 123, 124, 125. My SKU 123 is finished good. My SKU 124 is raw material. SKU 5 is semi-finished good. Oh, this is a semi-finished good. Okay, this I will set it as FERT. If it is raw material, okay, I will set it as ROH. Oh, this one I will set it as HALB. This is how you will do.
Okay.
Understood? Yeah?
Yeah.
And if the 5,000 items sitting there, you have to map it all of them first, by decide what does it mean, and then what does it the material type in SAP. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Very good. Very good.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah. Please, Rabia. Yeah.
If it is a retail industry, then finished good could not be purchased
Yeah,
in
if
SAP.
Yeah, if it is a if it is a retail industry, this is the one we discussed. This whole thing is the manufacturing industry. Very good question. If it is a distribution or retail industry, then we have only one of them, which is HAWA, HAWA, trading good.
Okay, this is used for finished goods.
Everything, this is set for like you buy this product, you sell this product, nothing else. No ROH, no semi HALB, no FERT. You just buy
Okay, sir.
all your, if you go to the retail industry and your consultant and they give you the list of all the items, very, very easy, because you said whatever you have here, I am putting it all under HAWA.
Yes, sir.
Understood, Ramesh?
Is it will it be
Yeah.
tagged as a retail industry or trading? Because the retail industry can have their back end of manufacturing as well, right? So they are making their own products and selling through their own outlets. So the one you were showing, the housing, that's only related to the trading industry, right? So where a company just buys and resell, buys in a wholesale and just repack or something, or just reselling it in the individual with their retail or those things, right?
Okay, good. So now the third one, so you got two. The third one is the hybrid. The hybrid is that I have certain product which goes through ROH, HA, LB, FERT, and certain products I just get it from the supplier and I sell it and I don't do anything. So in my product portfolio, I carry both the products. So if the customer coming, I say, hey, this is the one we make it in-house, and this is the one we just buy from the supplier and sell it to you. Everybody understood now? Mushfiq, clear?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So you need to understand the scenarios. 100% manufacturing, 100% trading or retail. Even the retail stores are just buying and selling. 100% that trading or retail, whatever. And then the hybrid version where certain things they are making in-house and certain things. For example, a bakery company. Okay, let's take the bakery. Bakery companies say, oh, you know, this cake, we make this cake. Oh, very good. We get the milk and dough and all that. But what about this one? Oh, this cake belongs to a famous brand. Let's say whatever the brand is. Yeah. So this is a cake which we buy from this company. Baskin Robbins brand cake is. We also carry some Baskin Robbins ice cream cakes. Also we have. Okay, why you give up? Because we just buy from Baskin Robbins and we keep it here. Yes. But this cake, we make it. Everyone understood now the example? Okay, very good. So, so that is very important. Yeah. Okay. Now we go into the system side. I think we have done enough of the non-system talk. Is it well the non-system talk before I jump into the system talk? Hopefully you all are still with me.
Yep. Yeah, Tawfiq. Yep.
Okay, very good, very good. Because these concepts are important, Samir. You know, when you jump into the system directly, and then you know you miss that whole thing, and then it becomes, you know, you become a configurator. Then in the end, yeah.
Yeah, then you cannot connect the dots also.
You cannot connect the dots, yeah. And that I've seen most of the videos and I attended the classes. You know, this part is missing. Not the one we will do now. Not the one. Everybody is doing that part. The part we just covered is missing. Okay, so now you know that you know, if you go to the, everybody's seeing my screen now. Yeah. So you see that here yeah, we have all that material management, purchasing, you know, here we have all that thing here. Yeah. So master data, you know, you see that all that here. Okay. Afifa, where is the material master?
Sir, I remember the T code.
No, not the T code, the location.
There itself.
Yeah, this one here.
Sir,
Material.
material master.
Yeah. I see. Yeah. Okay, material master. See, it's material. So this is where you go and you have MM01 here, and the change is MM02, and the display is MM03. Yeah. So this is, you remember that material management, material master, and the T codes. Everybody remember it, 01, 02, 03. Yeah. This is how you remember. Okay, let's go to one of the material, and then we do some understanding of the first step is the level and the views. Level and the views means at what level the you have to set that data in the material master, and what are the views available. Okay, so let's go through that. Let's go to MM03 in the display side, then we will create it also. So let's take that item here, and so these are what are these ones? These are the views. These are all the views: basic data, classification, sales view, purchasing is very important for us. MRP 1, 2, 3, 4 is all for the planning side. We need this data for the planning side. Yeah, we'll work on that. Then we have storage level data also there. Accounting is important because it's MMFI integration going on. So we need to understand the accounting side of the pricing, the valuation class, all that. And we'll not cover much of the warehousing, but in EWM class, we will cover that part here. But all these views, yes, all these views. Yeah.
Advanced planning also.
Advanced planning is also there. We are not going to use all this advanced planning because it's sitting in the HANA Srinivas, but it has been moved to IBP. Yeah. IBP take care of the planning side. Yeah, we divided that work. IBP does the planning, and then HANA do this. Yeah. So but before IBP, it was here. Yeah. Yeah.
Sir, this one is for PPDS, sir. EPPDS.
Oh, EPPDS. Oh, yes. You're right. This is for even the EPPDS. I will check whether the EPPDS also, Samir, we generate the planned order in IBP. Yeah, EPPDS.
I mean, it ultimately, yeah, within IBP also we do it with
We
supply,
do it,
and then we release it to
and then the
PPDS.
planned
But
order
again,
comes. Yeah.
but again, what he said about advanced planning for EPPDS, which is right. Yeah, that's not directly for demand or supply, but what it is
Yeah.
for EPPDS.
Exactly. So we will look into that, the EPPDS side of it when we have the EPPDS class, because that has a separate master data for work center, routing, all that data we have to set up for the BOM work center routing. That is the data required for the EPPDS, and it has a separate one. But I will see what is part of here. Okay. So MRP data is definitely very important for us to run that. Okay. So now you know that these are so-called the views, and this is why it is a centralized, because it has all the departments have their own section to update their data. Sales department has their own ones, purchasing department has. So this is why every department has their own data. So you are not responsible. If you are a sourcing and procurement consultant, then you are more responsible for definitely basic data and all, but more responsible for purchasing and MRP. That's where your focus will be on that. Yeah. And this here, the plant data and all that. Yeah. And accounting for sure for the MMFI integration, you need to this one. Yeah. So this is where, if you are a warehousing guy, then this one, PPDS guy, this one, your sales SD guy, SD one will be going more on the SD side, the sales views here, all the sales view. So everybody knows where they are. If they are purely accounting, FICO consultants coming, FICO consultants will not look much on that. FICO consultants will be focusing only on these guys. Yeah. So you understood, everybody has all the functional consultants. They are all working in the centralized material master for their own views. In our course, we're going to cover what is for our, okay, that's good. Now, if I go with this one. Okay. So what will happen is that now let me explain the level first. Yeah, the 3 levels only, 3 levels. Yeah, before I click on this guy, 3 levels. The first level is the client level. What is the level we have? Client level. What is the client level data? Material description, material number. That is the client level. Yeah, whatever you're setting here in basic data is the client level. Yeah. Base unit of measure and all that, because that's any plant inside that client can use that data. Okay, it's a common data for all the plants. What is sitting here in the basic data? Everybody understood that part? Yeah. Okay. Then the second level of data. The first level is client level. This is basic data. The second level of data is the plant level. The plant level data is what? Purchasing, MRP, accounting. These are all data known as plant level. Yeah. This is a plant level data. Every plant can have their own data. Possible? Like for example, I want to set the lead time. The lead time in one plant is different than lead time in another plant. Yes. So
Yes, sir.
So that's why you have the second level of data known as the plant level data. What is the third level data? The third is the last level. The third level data is known as a storage location data. Yes. For this particular storage location, I want to set up something that this storage location is known as, I'm creating some storage location name as, expensive items. Okay. In my plant, a particular storage location is known as expensive items. Does it mean that every plant will have that expensive item storage location? No. I just set it for my plant. That's good? Yeah?
Yes,
So-
sir. Sometimes
so-
there is a dangerous goods.
Yeah. Then just good. So you're defining your warehouse, a particular storage location for something, but you're not expecting the other plants to also have that space like that. Yes?
Yes, sir.
So that it becomes that particular data, dangerous good for in your warehouse is not a dangerous good, or they are not receiving that type of goods. So they don't need a dangerous good in their warehouse. You are the one who are receiving. Okay, so you create your own dangerous good. So then it becomes a storage location level data. So only 3 level you remember. All these views are into 3 levels. What levels you have? Client level, plant level, and storage location
Sorry.
level. Everybody remember the level. So you got the matrix now, the level and the views. So you understood level, 3 levels and all these views. Now if I ask you, what about the data in the basic data 1? Okay, you say, oh, that is the client level. What about the purchasing view? The data sitting in the purchasing view. Oh, that is the plant level. You understood now how you map that, the view and the level. Okay. Now you have selected that. Now you is asking the organization level. You see, plant storage location is going to ask, because why is asking plant storage location, not any other thing? See, if I go back here and if I select these guys also, the sales data. Yeah, you see, I'm selecting the sales data and the purchasing data both. What will happen now? If I go here, it's going to ask me the sales organization. You see, sales organization. Why? Because the sales data is sitting under this sales organization distribution channel. Everybody understood that? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If I go back and say select views and I don't select the sales side, yeah, and I just select the top 2, my basic data. Everybody understood? My basic data. Then I click on organization level. See, it's not asking me to enter the plant. Why? Because the basic data does not need the plant level detail. Everybody understood? Go back here.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Very, very important topic. I'm telling you, the 3 levels. So now you click on this basic data only. I told you basic data is the client level. So if I click on this, why is not asking me to enter the plant? No, because it does not need this data sitting here, material group. You understood material group, Srinivas now. Same like purchasing group, which is grouping the buyers in department. Material group is grouping the items, saying, hey, this is so-called my expensive raw material. This is my stationary consumption material. This is my that material. You can group your material like that, segmentation. You can do the material segmentation. Yes. So once you do the material segmentation, can you put that here? Yes. Like
Yes,
in the pharmacy side, oh, these are my nutraceuticals, these are my this is my headache items, this is my fever item, these are my that item. Like you can group them or not, even the pharmacy also. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So where you will do all the grouping, you can do in the material group. Understood? Okay. So that grouping, what you're doing, that can be set in the client level. So all the plant can use that. They don't have to do the grouping again. Everybody understood now? The weight and the unit and the weight and all that details. Then the base unit of measure, like is it a unit and in the kg or liters or what? You can set that here. Yes? You can set that here. Yes? Okay, now you know that see, old material number. If you want to refer to any old material number, you can refer that here. Yeah. Okay. And then basic data 2 is also part of the client level. This is the basic data 2, or the not much used, but mostly the manufacturing and designing engineering side. But for us, the important part here is this one. Yeah. The standard item. Now we'll talk about all that, but I'm just giving you a view today so you understand that at the client level, see, cross plant material. What does it mean, cross plant material? See, this is the material status. What is this? Cross plant is a material status. You can set the material status at the client level. So if you set at the client level and material saying this material is obsolete or defected or recall is happening. So what will happen if you set it at recall? No plant can able to sell it because it's set under recall. Pharma companies do that. Yeah. When I was working in the pharma companies, I still work in pharma company, but in the pharma manufacturing companies, if you want to recall, you don't recall for one plant, you recall for the whole company. Understood, Srinivas? You're
Yes.
recalling a Tylenol. The Tylenol is not for one plant. A Tylenol is global Tylenol. Yes. So then what you
Yes.
do? You go to the client level data. You set the cross plant material for Tylenol as recall. So nobody can move. No goods movement is possible because you set it as recall here. All the plants are blocked now. Everybody understood how you control?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Very important to understand all that data. Okay, very good. Okay, so now you understood the client level data. Let's go back.
Sir, one more thing. There is a
Yeah.
classification. There is a
Yeah,
classification in the material.
Yeah. I'm coming to the classification. Yeah. So you
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
classification. Which level of data is classification? How I will know? I will select the classification. I will click here. If it is asking me the plant, then see, does it ask me any plant level data? Classification is a client level data. Understood?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, because the classification is coming, and we have a separate lecture on classification under the batch management, where we are understanding that product is a shirt, but it can be a blue shirt or a red shirt or whatever, and it can be a XL or double XL or medium. How you set all that parameters of that shirt? Yeah, that is under the classification. Understood?
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is a whole. See, we have a batch and all. So we can set up. That is a separate whole lecture. If you see my course outline under the batch management, you see classification. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Sir. Okay.
Very good. Very good. Yeah. So okay. So now you know. Exit. Yes. Exit. Okay. Okay. Good. So you understood the client level data. These are the client level data. Let's now go into the plant level data, important for us, purchasing. Yeah, MRP. These are all important for us. Okay, let's select this guy also. There's so many things. Sometimes I forget what is inside each of them. Okay. Okay. Okay, good. I selected all. So now I selected all because I selected the storage location. If I don't select the storage location, it's not going to ask me the storage location. It's asking me because there's certain data still in the storage location. Yeah. If it's not, then it's not going to ask me. So now I go back on that one. I select the storage location also because there's certain data somewhere which is asking me the storage location. Okay. So let me get that one here. This is also important. Okay, spare parts planning is there. We are not part of the course, spare parts planning. Samir, IBP, should consider consolidating all the planning side. Yeah, they throw something here, something there, and then I see in LinkedIn, people are the consultants are. Whenever I post a post about something related to production planning. In LinkedIn, Samir, there's one guy in Europe. Is a planning expert, SAP planning. He will always jump on that, and he will say, we can do all that in HANA. I say, okay, man, we can do. There's an overlap. He loved to challenge me every time I post something in PPT, like IBP using some response planning for make to order and all that thing, the scenario.
Yeah.
And he will definitely write a message on that one. He will say, but we can do all that in PPTs. Then I will say, yes, we can do all that, but SAP has that.
Correct, but at the same time, because SAP has also consolidated in such a way that earlier PPDS was a completely different module altogether. Now they integrated it somewhat with S4 with ePPDS.
Yes.
So that is where this gray line is always there.
Yeah, because what happened when they moved ePPDS from APO to HANA, to like the HANA, ECC is basically a packaging all that. They took PPDS from APO and put inside ECC and change the database of HANA and make it an S4 HANA. Yeah, so that's what they did. So when they did all that, they didn't change much on what IBP has and what PPDS is coming from APO. Yeah. Like that, not much work has been done on that area, So what happened? They just repackaged it. So now definitely if you repackaged it, you have created the functionality in duplication. You have some in IBP and you can do the same thing in PPDS, because PPDS is coming from APO and you have not even looked into what functionalities are available and what is, so that SAP, SAP does not have time for all that. It's more in the selling mode. Okay, so now if I select that, then the plant, pin 1, storage location, SIN 1. Let's forget the evaluation type for now. Let's focus on this. We'll come back to this evaluation type. This is a whole topic on account determination and MMFI. Like I'm covering most of the things you are by now who are attending my class regularly. You are very good in GL account and valuation class and OBYC, all that MMFI related topics. Yes. You have a very good understanding on that, how it goes back and forth. Yeah, who are attending my classes, you understand that, but definitely it needs more detail, and we'll come to that valuation type now. Okay, so now you come to this one and then you click on this one. Yeah. Okay. Now you see it will show up whatever your views you have selected. It will show up here. Yeah. So it show up here. So then after, if you drop down this, you will see whatever you have selected is coming here. Yeah, if it is not selected and it shows up, when you click on that, it will ask you for that. Okay, so you have all the data here, and now this is the main views, and there's some additional views also sitting on the top. You see additional data, so that is also important. Yeah, so here you have the most important one you have here is what? The unit of measure. So we will learn the unit of measure configuration in SPRO. We'll do the configuration in SPRO, and then we can also have opportunity to do it here also. Yeah, so we'll learn both sides. We can do it here also. The relation, like one box is equal to 10 units or 10 pieces. One pallet is equal to 20 boxes. Like you need to put that conversion so that when goods receipt happens, and the warehouse guy wants to receive in a pallet, warehouse guy knows one pallet is equal to 20 box and one box is equal to 10 units. So one pallet is equal to 200 units. The SAP will do the math behind it because it has a data of unit of measure conversion. Everybody understood from where the conversion is happening? One pallet is equal to 20 box, 20 box is equal to 200 units. How all that is happening? Because you have set up all this in the SPRO, unit of measure conversion. We'll do all that practice. Okay, very important topic, because unit of measure is like base unit of measure, ordering unit, purchase order unit of measure, sales order unit of measure, and then warehouse receiving unit of measure, production unit of measure. You want to release it what? So how many unit of measures you got? 4 or 5 types of unit of measure you have. Yeah. Okay. So now you got that one. Go back to the main data here. Yeah. Okay. One more thing important here is that you see this guy here, I. Yeah, it's important. Click on this one and read this one. You see what is this industry sector? This one. What is this material type? Hava. Yeah, you see trading good Hava. Yeah, created by who created it? Urfa created it. I changed it. You see, everybody, the record is here. Very important. Yeah, very important to see. I did some changes on 13th February. Yeah, and then you go down here, created by, changed by. See, I did some changes on purchases. Timestamps are all here. Yeah, Very important. This is how. So don't think that you do anything in the material master and nobody knows. No, it is all time stamped. Where what changes happen, which field has views change at the plant level, what has changes has been done. You see, accounting, blah blah. This is all recorded. So make sure you, if you are managing material master as a power user inside the company, make sure you know how to check this timestamp. If somebody did something, you should come and check here first. Hey, who did that? Why my lead time has been changed in MRP? Who did that? Oh, she did that. Okay, good, good. So then you can know exactly, and then you can have a meeting with that person and say, hey, I saw you change something. Why you change? What is the reason behind that? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Make sure you, if you are involved in master data management or as a power user, you should know this very important thing here. Okay, very good. Keep going. So you got that one. Let's go to the main data again. Okay, now you know this one. So now let's go to the important one we have is the purchasing data. You see the purchasing data and see the order unit. So if you compare the order unit here in the base data, it is a base unit of measure, you see. But if you go to the purchasing view, it is asking you order unit, you see, order unit. Why? Because you can order in pallets or boxes, whatever the supplier is saying, yeah, and the base unit still is in eaches. So you have to see how you're ordering it. Yeah, okay, good. So that's the order unit is here. Okay, and then purchasing group. You all know now by purchasing what is purchasing group, what is material group. Srinivas, very confident now. Purchasing group and material group, no problem. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay, material status. I told you, you can set the material status at the client level and you can set it at the plant level. You see, purchasing material status. See, same thing. Product life cycle. More, you can configure all the status here. Like, oh, it's in a design phase, it is in the prototype phase, it is in the testing phase, it is in this phase, blah blah blah. You can configure all that here. Okay. And set it. So this is much more flexibility you have. But in the planning side, as Samir said, all that rolls down to two parts or boils down to two parts: active, non-active for planning. Okay. But you can control at the plant level also, and you can control at the client level also. Okay. Very good. Batch manage or not. We'll talk about that. Purchasing value key, I told you, you can set in the configuration SPRO, over delivery, under delivery tolerances. You can set that under the purchase value key. You configure a purchase value key and you enter that key here. It consists of two parts. One is what is your over under delivery, that part, minimum delivery quantity percentage, blah blah. That's the shipping instruction to the supplier. Okay, and then second one is the reminders. First, second, third reminder. What is the reminder? You issued a PO and now you are set a reminder here so that SAP can send an automatic email or whatever reminding to the supplier that, you know, that, hey, what about this PO? What is the status of this PO? Well, you can set that reminders here. Everybody understood the reminder to the supplier? You can set it here. Yeah. So you don't have to worry. SAP is going to send that reminders to the supplier based on the number. For example, the lead time is 6 months. You want the first reminder after 30 days, the second reminder after 60 days, yeah, and third reminder after 90 days. Why you are reminding? Because you want to know the status of your purchase order. Okay, so you can set that one. Okay, good.
Sir,
yes,
sir. One more question. For example, I am the buyer. Okay, I have a order volume limit. Okay, I can order only 10,000 units. Okay, for example, the value is more than 10,000. Okay, there is a manager, he has to approve. There is a release codes, right?
Yeah, we have the release strategy configuration, PO approval, and all that. This whole lecture on that, how you configure the release strategy at different levels. If it is less than $5,000 purchase procurement manager, if it is greater than this director, then VP, then CEO, how you set all that release approval process. We have a whole lecture on that. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Very good. Yeah. This course is highly structured because I'm doing it for last 2 years now. So I learned how to what to teach first, then second, then third, then all, because it is a
Yeah,
sequence.
yeah,
Yeah. If you see the course outline, you will see all that like well thought out plan on the course. Yeah. Okay. So now you see here that you have here GR processing time. Yeah. You see here GR processing time. Yeah. What does it mean? GR processing time.
it's a goods received to processing time, 1 day. Once you receive the goods, we have to process it within 1 day.
What does process means?
It has to be received in the system.
Yes, it has to be received in the system. It takes the physical stock
Oh, yeah.
stored up in the system takes 1 day. Understood?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Physically, the stock is in the warehouse. Does it show up in the system? Does the warehouse guys have done the GR 101 or whatever the GR they are doing? The time they take to do that is 1 day. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Because of the backlog sitting there in the warehouse physically, so much stuff they have to receive it. And then you go and ask them, hey, on average, how much time you take to receive any of this product? And they say, oh, it takes 1 to 2 days for me to do all that. Okay, that's your GR processing time. Everybody understood? Okay. We'll talk about order acknowledgement required. If you issue a PO and then you want the supplier to send you an acknowledgement, yeah, then you have to check mark this. So then it will ask the supplier to send an acknowledgement, yeah, either by EDI or by Ariba. Ariba is our portal. SAP Ariba, which integrates with the supplier. Yeah. So then acknowledgement request will go and say, hey, we are waiting for the order acknowledgement. Okay. So that's another thing, or they will send it by email. Yeah, this is another thing, as a source list, like this is another data, master data will create, which is all the suppliers and who is your preferred supplier and all that. We will set that and then we'll click that one. So it means that we are maintaining a source list for this particular material. So the preferred supplier is sitting here. Okay. Then we will learn about the whole GIT delivery. It is part of the scheduling agreement that, do you want a GIT delivery? Like, do you want a delivery schedules? And it's two parts. One is a GIT and then second is the forecast part, or the one is the JIT and another one is the schedule, non-firm and firm. So you can set that up here in the JIT if you're doing that as a firm. Like, I want this shipment on Monday this much and Tuesday this much. Like, you can set it up. We'll learn all that topic under the scheduling agreement, and we'll come and if you do configuration there, then we have to click it here. So to make sure the system knows that for this particular item there is a configuration on the delivery scheduling agreement is there. It exists. Okay, you understood all that here now? Yeah, automatic PO is also very important. If you want the system to convert a purchase requisition automatically into a purchase order, then what you will do? We have a separate class on PO automation. Yes, we have. Yes, Afifa, we have an automation PO class. Yeah, you did that in a project, Afifa.
जी सर.
आपने किया था ये प्रोजेक्ट में ऑटोमेशन वाला? हाँ?
Yes sir.
Okay, very good. So you have automatic PO. So you can manually convert using ME21, and you can take the purchase acquisition and convert into a PO. We learned in the class. But SAP, if you have hundreds of purchase acquisition, you don't want, and those are your regular suppliers, you don't want to do it manually. Definitely, you can save a lot of the buyer's time by setting it as an automatic PO. So then when our MRP runs, it will automatically converts those requisition into a PO, because MRP knows that it is set as the automatic PO. Everybody understood this part? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Lot of good things. I'm going to give you an overview today, because when we are doing the real work, then you will connect the dot that why sir is checking here and why sir is checking here, blah, blah. You will remember that time. Now, if I tell you all that, you will forget most of that, because this is when you do it, then you remember. Currently, I'm giving you an overview so that you get a feeling of the importance of the data sitting and where they are sitting. Okay. Okay.
Yes,
so you
sir.
got some understanding of the purchasing, which is the plant. Of course, it is the plant level data. You got that understanding here. Okay, very good. Now okay, one more thing I will tell you. This see, this is see this you see these boxes here, like this is the dimension EAN, and then this is the general, you see, and then purchasing, see it got moved here, blah blah, somebody did that. So all these things, they are known as, this is known as, learn the SAP language, how it is structured. What is this purchasing in HANA language, Srinivas? What is this? What is this? What is this? What is this in the HANA language? What do you call these guys?
Views.
Exactly. These are views. So inside the view, what is this box? Dimension EAN, general data, purchasing values, all these boxes. What are these boxes known as? They are known as screens. What they are known as?
Subscreens.
Screens. Yeah. A screen, and a screen has a sub screen. Agree? You see? Yeah.
No. One sec, Irfan.
Yeah.
This is a screen. Purchasing
This
is a screen.
This is full
Yeah.
screen. Yeah. And this is a sub
that is
screen.
full
Yeah.
screen.
Okay.
Yeah, that is a subscreen.
This is a sub screen, a small one. Yeah. So this is the full screen and sub screen, and then inside is a field. Yes. Inside is a
Yes.
field. So always remember that when you do the configuration, thank you, Srinivas, I forgot that one. Thank you. So when you do the configuration, it will ask you these three questions. What view you want, what sub screen you want the user to see, and then inside the sub screen, what fields you want the user to see. Yes, Srinivas, like that? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Because you don't want the end user to get confused with all this data, and you don't want the end user to keep on changing the data here and there just because he's seeing all that. Yes. So based on his role, you are going to configure his screen. Yes. Currently we are in a sandbox, so we are seeing everything here. Agree? But for the project, you need to know what view the user is authorized and the user is authorized for, and then inside that view, that's, as Srinivas said, what sub screen he is authorized to see, and then inside the sub screen, what fields he is authorized to see. And inside the field, then you have three things. What? Srinivas, you tell me now. Inside the field, you have option of three options. Yeah.
Inside field.
Yeah. Each field can have three options. Yeah.
That is a whether it is a quantity value or numbers or something.
No. Any field, doesn't matter. Any field. Yeah. Inside the field, you have hidden
domain.
No, not domain. You have a hidden. You can hide the field. One option. You have mandatory. Mandatory. You need to fill the field. Mandatory. So hidden, mandatory. Yeah. And the third is display. You just want the display. So user cannot do anything. User can see what is already there. Yeah. That's a display. Agree? Yeah. If you want. Yeah. Agree? Yeah. So it is a hidden, mandatory, and display. Yeah. And the fourth is optional. Yeah. These are the fields. So each field will have this four, and I will show you in the configuration table. Yeah. How each of those fields. Yes.
Those fields, whether it is a input field or output field, okay, only readable or editable. That's what you are commenting.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So it has four things in the table. When you go to the SPRO, I will show you that. It's the four things. Each SKU has mapped into four things. One is saying, hey, do you want mandatory? Check mark. Do you want it display only? Check mark. Do you want it hidden? Check mark. Yes. Do you want is an optional? Check mark. Yes. So there's a table there. We'll go in the next class. But I'm just giving you an overview that this field also has four different settings in the configuration based on the user. You don't want every user to change this data. Yeah. So you can put you can put that as a display, so he cannot change the material group. He will just see what is written here. Okay. Good, Srinivas? Aligned?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Very good. Okay. Very good. Okay. Now you got the, so let's understand the SAP language one more time. Views, screen, sub-screen, fields, and each field has those four options. Yeah. mandatory, display, hidden, and optional. Okay, okay, got it. Very good. Okay, now we have so these are okay, it's all gone now. See, this guy knows that we have done too much today talking. Okay, let me stop the recording, and then we have 5 minutes of discussion, and then we will continue.